Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. Well, hello. I've sorted me sound out, so that's okay. I do apologise about my previous video. With everything that's happening at home right now and my mum staying with us, I had to decamp into another room, and because I recorded the video so early, I got to the editing stage and I realised I hadn't actually selected my microphone to work, so it was running off the system rather than my additional microphone. So I really do apologise about the awful sound quality of the previous video, but hopefully this might be a little better. There will be a slight echo because I'm decamped into the kitchen diner, so unfortunately there's not much I can do about that. Anyway, on with today's video. It seems Harry and Meghan are childless once again. Do they ever go anywhere with their children? Honest answer is that the only time they've ever been papped, or she's ever been papped, because he's never been papped with his children at all. She has, when she was walking in Canada, and she got papped using that papoose that was so badly worn that poor little mite that she was carrying just was dangling in front of her. It was so unsafe. And then obviously this one when she was supposedly walking Archie to nursery while she was heavily cough pregnant. Oh, I do beg your pardon. They have been papped when they did the Labour Day parade? And it was really kind of grainy photos of them both with the two children. But again, very weird. The children don't seem to ever go anywhere. And they have been zipping here, there and everywhere recently. For example, they were in New York, no children. Invictus Games, no children. Awards in New York, no children. They don't seem to take the children anywhere. And up pops an exclusive by the Daily Mail that some tourist on a billionaire's playground island in the Caribbean, in the Grenadines, called Canouan. That's where they are apparently can't get me words out there. Holidaying. We say holidaying, some people say vacationing or vacation. But to me, being British, it's a holiday. And I know that's weird because in America, holidays are Christmas time, but here that's just Christmas. It's really weird, isn't it? We say Christmas, you say holidays. Happy holidays, we say happy Christmas. But anyway, they are in the billionaire's playground of Canouan. They have jetted out, apparently following a week spent promoting mental health projects in New York City. A passerby snapped the pair leaving a gourmet food store inside the Sandy Lane Yacht Club and Marina in Glossy Bay on Friday. The tiny Caribbean island is just 3 miles wide, but has a reputation for being where billionaires go to escape millionaires due to its gorgeous sandy beaches and a handful of upscale resorts. Isn't that intriguing that they don't go to places where millionaires go, which is exactly who they are, but they go to places where billionaires go? Slightly narcissistic, don't you think? Slightly going above your station, slightly grandiose self of importance. All the traits of, you've guessed it, a narcissist. Whose villa have they scammed this off? But this is where I came unstuck. So I did a bit of research, and it is an exceptionally private, exclusive island until a certain private members club opened an outpost there. Can we guess which exclusive club, private members only club, opened up an outpost there? You guessed it, Soho House. To be fair, it's been open for a fair few years. It opened in 2021, but still, can you imagine? That's where they're staying? I'd put your bets on. I mean, do they know many billionaires? What billionaire will give a house to Harry and Meghan? I mean, Tyler Perry maybe. Is he a billionaire? Apparently, yes, he is. But I can't find anywhere that he has a house on this particular island. Also, it's very rare that I can't find any information, but not many people are reportedly owning houses on this particular island. Now we know that they won't just rock up and stay in any old hotel because, hey, security and all that. So that leaves two options. They're either blagging somebody's house from a very, very rich person, or they're staying at Soho House. Now, apparently accommodation on the island includes the Canouan Estate Resort and Villas, the Mandarin Oriental and the Soho Beach House. Rooms at the lavish resorts start at a reasonable $837 and raise to a staggering $9,000 a night. There's only 2,000 inhabitants on the island and it is only 3.5 miles long. Now, apparently this is what happened. The couple was snapped strolling hand in hand. I dispute that fact because I'll show you in a minute. On the tiny island of Canouan in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines after a busy week for the pair on their promotional trail in New York. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were photographed by a passerby who spotted them exiting the gourmet food store at Sandy Lane Yacht Club and Marina in Glossy Bay. Meghan was seen wearing a white maxi dress with a Panama hat. Oh God, that Panama hat has done the rounds, hasn't it? While Harry, keeping it casual in navy shorts and white t-shirt teamed with flip-flops. The passerby said the couple appeared to be without their children for the trip as they showed one another affection. They told the Daily Mail they looked happy. As Harry walked out of the shop, he slightly bumped into one of the barrels and they both giggled and Meghan reached for his hand. They just looked very happy to be having a holiday together. Apparently, the couple had been shopping at the exclusive grocery store Fair before they took a walk, promenade and subsequently boarded a luxury tender boat at Canouan North Shore. Ultimate Island is known as the place billionaires go to escape millionaires, spanning just 3 miles wide. I say that they knew they were going to get papped and then held hands because they were literally grabbing each other. They're not actually holding hands, they're kind of crossing kind of wrists. But hey, who knows? Perhaps they knew that they were going to get photographed and they thought, oh, opportunity here, let's look like we're loved up. I'd just like to point out that they've spent a lot of time without their children over the past month. And at the moment, in these very troubled times in the world, they go on holiday without their children. But hey, okay, devil's advocate, perhaps the children, or so-called children, were at home and they just fancied a little stroll. It's so bizarre that you just see them without their children. These are almost like ghost children, aren't they? They're just never seen. Can you remember when Harry said, I grew up with absentee parents. I don't wish that life on any child. Isn't that exactly what he's doing? Didn't Meghan just literally say on stage that being a mum is the most important thing in my entire life? Where are the beach photos of the children? Where are them playing in the sand, lollocking around, having an amazing time with their parents? Because it just doesn't seem to happen, does it? And isn't it funny, on the day that Prince George is trending because he was in France for the rugby, up pops a photo op. Oh, how convenient. We all know there are various theories and everybody has an opinion on these pairs' children. And it's been rumbling on for many, many years. There's so many conspiracy theories out there. And some have legitimate facts attached to them. If you were aware, and they must be aware because, you know, everything is reported back to them, she must be aware of what is being said online. If you had people saying that those children are from surrogates or they're not with them, blah, 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 would you not try and prove the wrong and say, hey, we're loving parents? Or do they just not give a damn? It's so bizarre that they are literally the ghost children. I'm not buying the passerby just casually taking a photo of them. Not a chance. I believe quite vehemently that this was a staged photo op to get attention. Look at us. Aren't we rich? We can afford to go to the place where billionaires go to get away from millionaires, asserting themselves into that bracket of wealth. Nowhere near, mate. Nowhere near. Your empire is crumbling. Spotify dropped. Pearl, that was supposed to be done by Netflix, dropped. And I would imagine they've got a very stern warning after the Heart of Invictus completely flopped as well. The only reason their Netflix hagiography documentary did well was because of all the rubberneckers. They wanted to hear the gossip because that's the only thing they ever have of substance. They have to talk about the royal family to get any publicity whatsoever. Bit like his Spare book. It was a complete and utter farce because he was just spilling his guts of all the things that he's wanted to say, and people bought it to be nosy. Let's face it, the only way that they're ever going to make any money is by talking about the royal family. I'd really like to know how Harry feels that the final season of The Crown is coming out in November. Get this, where they are using Diana's ghost. That's right. They are depicting Diana as a ghost. Apparently, in a scene which is going to air in the final series, a ghostly Diana appears to Prince, now King Charles, telling him, "You know I loved you so much, so deeply, so painfully too. That's over now. It will be easier for everyone with me gone." How can Harry legitimately take money off a streaming giant that does this to his mother, and him being the so-called appointed king of misinformation? When I read that article that says that Diana's ghost is going to haunt her former husband, I actually stopped in my tracks and thought, this is not the programme it used to be, and it's completely going down a road that is just really distasteful. How can Harry look himself in the eyes every morning? I don't know. They're giving him money for his lifestyle, and he's okay with this? Not a peep out of him with regards to this. Not a peep. Let's face it, the only thing that Harry really cares about now is money. Money, 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 money. Oh, and slagging off his family. Do you think their children are actually with them on this holiday? Because if they aren't, I'd just like to say this, that their children are at a stage where every single day matters. Harry's been very, very vocal about his absent parents. And yet he's doing exactly the same. This photo, nobody's on the street, no shadows of their security, yet a passerby was able to take that very candid, loved up photo. Now, I'm calling BS. Complete and utter setup. But I would love to know your thoughts on this. Do you think it was a setup? Do you think it was staged? Do you think they knew exactly that their picture was being taken? Do you think it was to try and steal the limelight, to make sure that we all know that they can afford to stay in a place where the billionaires like to play? Where are their children? Honest question. Where are their children? Because they never seem to be papped together, yet when Harry and Meghan are alone without them, they're always papped. And finally, I'd honestly like your opinions on this Diana ghost thing, and why hasn't Harry stepped in? Because if he must be aware of what the Crown is doing. He must be aware. Yet he's in bed with these people that are completely using his own mother for clicks and money and views, and yet he's happy just to let the dollars roll in. I say that they are this generation's Duke and Duchess of Windsor. I really, really do. The comparisons are mind-boggling. They really, really are. Oh, just one final thing. So Meghan also spoke at this New York mental health thingamajiggy with parents, bereaved parents. Yet they're not spending time with their kids. Why aren't they on the beach, for goodness sake? If it's such a private island, why aren't they on the beach with their kids? Honest question. I really hope that their nannies are well paid, because they really do earn it. As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.